Hello, everybody. Silent Prince. Good morning. It's October 30th, one day before Halloween. I bought candy, but I've been eating it, trying to save it for the trick or treaters. Well, I had a vision this morning where one of my guides took me to a native tribal gathering, and there was a woman there, native woman there, and this is what occurred. This is what occurred. I, they were in a circle. They were in a circle, and I walked into the room with my staff. The woman was seated in a circle with the rest of her tribe, and she looked behind at me when I walked into the room, and she was like this. Okay. I had my staff. This is my staff. I'm gonna show you my staff. I I went in the woods one day and I made a magic circle and I did a little ritual. And so I had picked a stick to make the circle. The stick I picked up off the ground. And I'll show you the stick. I carved it. This is a snake head. See the snake? This is rawhide that came from a horse and bridle shop there that I wrapped around to use for handle, grip. This is a black cord I had, and something told me, well, wrap it around there. Why not? You know, to help hold the grip in place. I didn't really know why I was wrapping the black cord, but I just did. This is my rattle. See, it's a rattle. When you shake it, makes a little rattle. You know, like anytime you anytime you make a ceremony or whatever, you either shake a rattle or you ring a bell at the beginning of the ritual and at the end of the ritual. This calls the spirits and the gods. And I'm a Satanist, so I make demonic circles. You know, when I do rituals, I make demonic circles. So I'll start in the east. I call Lucifer to the east. To the south, I call Florius. To the west, I call Leviathan. And to the north, I call Belial. Okay? East is air. That's Lucifer. South is fire. That's Florius. West is water. That's Leviathan. And north is earth. That's Belial. Okay? That's how I do it. All right? You know, people do it different way. That's how I do it. And I had some thread, and the information I had at the time was that the colors that symbolize directions were blue, yellow, white, and red. Okay. Black symbolized by the core, obviously. This is a ham bone. This represents the denizens that they're always by my side, protecting me. You know, they're always close to me. You know, they're always close to me, and they're always in my consideration. Right? Rawhide symbolizes animals, cows. Cows are sacred, and so this is also respect for cows, you know, animals or animals, you know. Okay, so now what else we got here? Well, we got the directions. That's directions. Witchcraft. That's what how witches symbolize directions. Um, and now these are the 9 demonic divinities. These are sigils. Okay, Satan, Lucifer, Florius, Leviathan, Belial, Ambitious, Varine, Unzer, Hieronymus. Okay? Satan is spirit, that's me. Lucifer is air, east, that's my polar counterpart. Leviathan is water, so they also symbolize the elements, you know. No, Florius, I'm sorry. Florius is fire. Leviathan, water, west, you know. Florius, south. Leviathan, water, west. North, Belial. Okay, Belial. And this is Varine. Okay, this is positive, negative polarity. Unzer, life. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, ambitious Varine. It's Belial, earth, north. Unzer, Hieronymus. Ambitious Varine, positive, negative polarity. Unzer, life. Hieronymus, death. Okay? So I wrote these sigils on here so the staff, these are my benefactors, so they're counterparts of me, extensions of me, and they always protect me, you know, spiritually protect me and enlighten me, and you know, teach me lessons, you know, provide me with the causal events. awareness. Okay? Now, when I walk with the staff, I hold it like this, so the snake is always watching my back. You know, the snake's watching my back. He's watching the side and back of me while I'm walking. I'm looking forward, but the snake's watching my back. You understand? So the snake head is like eyes in the back of my head. All right. Now, this is my goat foot I made. This is the goat foot, and the goat foot walks. You know, when I'm walking, the goat foot, doo 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 doo, he's walking along. All right. And that's my staff. This is my magic staff, you know. If I want to make a magic circle, I draw it with this, or want to make pentagrams in the air, you know, this kind of stuff. You gotta know magic and all that, witchcraft, and know about all that. Okay. So, in the vision, I walked in, and the native woman looked in awe, and and my guide was looking at her, and he was looking at me, and he, you know, obviously is a bipartisan bystander, so he looked somewhat uncomfortable, but you know, obviously it's not his job to say anything there, you know. So I looked at the native woman, and I said, I didn't say, you know, what I said to her was, you don't, yeah, that's what I said. I said, you don't like my staff. And she didn't say anything. And then she said, those are not gods. Okay. So then the vision was over, or astral travel. I woke up having any kind of real good, crystal clear visions that are real important happen right in the morning, right before I wake up. So I woke up around 5 o'clock this morning, and I said, wow, I gotta make investigation here. Because that means that, well, I already knew this, okay? I already knew that Native American, well, I don't want to say Native Americans because America slaughtered us, so I don't say Native Americans, say Native people, but you know what I mean. Northern continent people is probably better. I don't like to say Indians either, because that sounds more like savage, disrespectful terms. I don't say Indians, you know. Native Northern continent inhabitants don't are you know they've been subject to programming too, you know, by the white man. So the white man has over time uh, promoted separation and has demonized these my benefactors. Okay. Now, she said those are not gods. Okay. So this is the Quiche. You know, and Apache is it's it's the Quiche. It's the ancestors. You know. Okay. So that's what the nine divinities are, is the Quiche to these people. Okay. The four beings, all this is encompassed. The nine divinities, the four beings, the Tepu, the Gukamas, feathered serpent. Okay. Positive, negative polarity. The lion, the coyote, the parrot, the crow, ancestor, the quiche. This is basically, so the same, encompassed within the same thing there. Okay. So, uh, well, in the old days, all civilizations were created in a circle. All cities were created in a circle. Why were they created, or what is the reason they were created in a circle? The reason is because everything proceeds from me, you know, so that we never aspire to churches. Okay, in the Bible, when I was Paul, I said, uh, "Many will come speaking righteousness, wearing fine garments, but in the end, the the focus will always be on the church and not the message, because you cannot have a church without focusing on it, because it takes maintenance and a staff to support the church. You understand? So that's why we never advocated for churches. We don't believe in churches. We don't believe in churches. Never said anywhere in the Bible to make a church. Never. Never said that. Why do people make churches? Well, to make money. It's a C-103 business, whatever it's called. It's classified as a business. You don't blame me? Go look for yourself. It's a business. Okay. They're in business is in business to do what? Make money. You don't have a business to not make money. Okay. A business is to make money. You understand? So it's a business. So it's just to make money, really. But that's not the only reason. Another reason for a church is to facilitate the feeding of parasitic entities. You know, that's why a church is created like a machine with sacred geometry, so that when you go into church and pray, you're feeding the reptilian vortex that is using your prayer energy and doing whatever it's doing. Even reportedly sending it to other worlds to facilitate the control grid and the control that some of the so-called enemy uh, coalitions have on other worlds as well as not only ours. Okay, so civilized, all cities were created in a circle. If you go back and you look at the planning of Atlantis and everything, all our cities were in a circle. Why was it in a circle? Okay, the reason is that the only thing we ever advocated for was community temples. Okay, so obviously it's a free will establishment. So encompassed within free will establishment is bipolarity. Okay, that's why Ambitious and Vereen are incorporated within the nine divinities, because they represent our bipolarity. Now, this is balance. So uh, always polarity should be considered any kind of presentation that you make, but it's not supposed to be done in a malicious way. You understand? And that's what the people do. The gang stalker people, that crackheads that took over Google, when they make videos, they promote bipolarity in a malicious manner, because they're so arrogant and disgusting. Okay, and they think they're so great and so smart, and you're so fucking stupid. Okay, so that's what they do. That's why I'm so disgusted with what happened to the internet. I mean, who's ever running Google or whatever, somebody should go and Google it and just fucking slaughter every single disgusting scumbag that works there, or YouTube. The fucking people are disgusting. Okay, because they're promoting malicious, disgusting productions. Scorches. Every video of the scorch. You go on YouTube, uh, unless you're a Illuminati person, you're aware of all the scorches, then you're not going to understand the message. But if you understand the scorches, then you'll see quite clearly that every presentation is turned into filth and dirt and scum. Okay. Now it might start off as a good presentation, but during the transfer to frequency, it gets turned into scum. All right. So all the good people out there that are making good presentations to help us with our ascension probably realize that all our presentations are getting turned into filth. But there's nothing they can do about it because of the frequency establishment, the way everything is, and the grid that has turned us all into fucking zombies. Okay. So there's not much they can do about it, except to just put it out there and let it get turned into filth. And then if we want to, learn ascension information, then we just got to look at it, the big fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, or don't look at it. We have no choice. That we have to endure that or don't look at it. That's our choice. There's really no choice. Well, unless you're a spiritual master, then you just deal straight with the spirits, and your benefactors, which you can do that too. That's the way it's supposed to be done. That's why we say we're taught by unrevealed books. I understand Disney took over, bought Google or whatever. So that means that Disney is promoting all this filth, And we know that even back in the days of the Mickey Mouse Club, they were raping all the kids that worked there and sexually molesting them and making porno movies out of it and everything else for their own private, pedophile enjoyment there. So we know that. So they always do that. All these shows, Wizards of Waverly Place, all these kids shows, all those kids get raped and sexually molested. But the public doesn't know that. They don't see that, Only the people that work on the set know that, Even the kids don't know it at first because they hypnotize them. So then they hypnotize them, then they sexually molest them and rape them, and then put them in a shower, clean them up, and then dress them back up, and then wake them back up again, and then program not to remember. But eventually the kids start remembering, but by then it's too late because they already been raped a million times. So what are you going to do? The same thing they did to me. They raped me a whole bunch of times and then programming me not to remember, but I did eventually remember, but by then it's too late to do anything about it. All right. So that's what these dirtbags do. I already told you that. But anyways, okay. So now I'm going to go into creation stories, but I'm not going to go into it in this video because it's too much information at once. You understand? I wanted to show you my staff. I'm pretty proud of it. Well, not proud. Well, please don't ever say proud. You gotta already achieve. Almost be totally achieved with your ascension process to be worthy to carry pride. Okay, so this is my. I don't even know if I should show this. Well, I'll show it real quick. That's my sigil. I'm not gonna show it anymore because someone could use that to cause problem or whatever. Okay, so and then here's my initials. MB. Okay, why didn't I put D? Because my initials are MBD. Why didn't I put D? Well, this symbolizes mountains, right? The floor, and then sideways, the floor becomes the wall. I tell you, when the floor becomes the wall, then I come into your existence, all right? Your timeline, whatever. Okay. So for my mother to come visit me here, obviously nobody ever comes looking for me. No one comes to support me. Nobody gives a fuck about me. So nobody ever comes here. So that means I'm not in your world. Who's ever watching this, I'm not in your timeline. It's being transferred from one timeline to another. And probably the people here live here can't watch it or whatever because nobody ever comes to me. Nobody here knows who I am, and nobody ever says, "Hey, are you really staying?" or nothing. So these people are, can't watch this for some reason. Obviously, because no one ever comes there looking for me, and nobody knows who I am. So for my mother to come visit me here, that most likely means that they murdered her, and she's already dead. and now she's in the land of the dead, or they hypnotize her, and this is what the police do. They hypnotize you and then bring you down south, and then so I'm down south right now, or in the land of the dead, whatever. And then they let her go to see me. You know, there's other people live here, so she don't know the difference. And then plus she don't know anything about Illuminati code, nothing like that. So she'll read something, she won't have any understanding of really what it says. You know, she'll just read the surface like zombie meaning of it. You understand? So she went to see my brother. I don't know, you know. I mean, if she goes see my brother from here without being hypnotized and then transferred to another frequency by the police or whatever, then that means my brother did too, you know. Or like, you know, they show, if you ever look on the, YouTube, whatever, and they show like 3 Taylor Swifts or 3 Selena Gomez or whatever. Okay, that's symbolized that the Illuminati has put different Taylor Swifts in different frequencies. So there's a Taylor Swift in that frequency, there's a Taylor Swift in this frequency, and there's a Taylor Swift in this frequency. You understand? Okay, that's what that means, you know. All right, so I'll explain a few things. I gotta make another video because it's too much information at once. I'm gonna go through a creation story, and so it's too much information there. Well, that's why I wanted to share my vision this morning, and I wanted to say to the native people, okay, let me state this very confidently, okay. I don't need anybody to come to me and tell me who I am. I already know who I am. I don't need anybody to come to me and tell me, yeah, you're the boss. Okay, I already know I'm the boss. I don't need anybody to come to me and tell me I'm the creator. I already know I'm the creator. So I don't need anybody to come tell me that. I already know that. There's no doubt in my mind. I know who the fuck I am. Okay, I don't give a fuck if you know who I am or believe who I am. That's on you. If you don't want to search for redemption, it doesn't matter if you find faith in me. I don't care if you find faith in me. Find faith in what the fuck I'm saying, you know, in the information. Find faith in my sincerity, you know. Find faith in my authority, you know. Not exactly in my identity. I mean, because that's really the hard thing to find faith in. But you can find faith in my authority. You believe that the president is the president? Okay, that's why he's the fucking president, because you believe he's the president. Why do police have power? There's no law here. The police have no power to do anything to anybody, and they never fucking did, okay? The only reason they have power to fucking tase you to death and beat the shit out of you and fucking kill you and abduct you and lock you in cells because you give them the fucking power. That's why they got the power, because they have no power to do nothing. They never did. Just a big myth, delusion, just a bunch of bullshit. They know that. There's no law here. We're constituents of the crown. Well, now, EU did this French Revolution garbage, but they can fucking wipe their ass down. I don't give a fuck about that, okay? So that was really an auspice of climate change. Climate change stands for decolonization. But they're not going to tell you that because they think they're so smart, you're so fucking stupid, okay, that you're not even going to figure that out, okay? I tell you, these people are disgusting. They think they're so great in their mind, okay? They're not fucking great, okay? They're fucking greedy, slimy, dirtbags, selfish, disgusting motherfuckers. Okay, that's what they are, okay? So I'm not here to promote discord or disharmony or bring any negativity to the situation. I'm just simply telling you the truth as well as I know it and what I believe, okay? You can believe whatever the fuck you want. It's a free will establishment. You have free will to believe in whatever you want. You want to believe that Daffy Duck is the fucking president, king of the world, then go ahead. I don't care. Redemption to be won by one. You want to search for redemption? Then you gotta, I can lay the avenues of redemption before you, but you have to redeem yourself. As far as the police go,